and welcome to Side Character Quest. This is, as per usual, Ty. And with me again today, playing Faer Landing, Abbot Faer Landing of Indigo Abbey, Violet Abbey. I don't remember which we said.
Yes. Indigo Abbey, I think.
Indigo Abbey. Okay, we'll go with that.
It's Josh.
Hello, Josh. How you doing this afternoon, evening, nighttime?
I'm doing great. Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm really pumped to jump back into the pants of Faer Landing and walk around a bit. That's the most normal human way I can say that.
It's been a few weeks at this point, so apologies in advance, listeners, if we forget anything. I don't think there's much that we could forget.
I mean, it works out, right? Because the characters have been traveling, so
that's true.
It's actually fairly accurate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's not too far off time-wise.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Traveling to the gala.
With that in mind, do you just want to roll straight into the show?
Dude, I'm ready.
All right.
I've spent so much time getting excited and thinking about. I really am loving this character, so I'm so pumped, and the world you built is great. I'm intrigued, and there are questions. There's something going on, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
Oh, there's more going on than you even know. All right, let's fade on in.
All right.
And that's what I'm gonna have, the music is gonna be fading out, and then we're gonna fade into some. It's been roughly a week since that conversation in your office with Father Part. Maybe give or take a couple days. I don't know. Water laps at the hull of the E.S. Ogden. Upriver, behind you, there's a hint of dark clouds and a storm in the sky. Ahead and downriver, the water splits in twain around a large island. There's a field of crops, a forest, and another evocation ship with broad paddles, a steam stack, and folks unloading large crates at a port. All right, let me get into her voice for a moment. You smell... Oh, man, you smell like piss. All right. Is this what she sounded like?
I think
yes,
most of them were kind of southernish.
All right, she's kind of a southern with a little bit of a smile on her face. All right, so let me get this straight. The little fiery coyote shows up.
Mm-hmm.
You take it out. That's fine. Then a lady shows up across the field. Looks like Saint Simone. Points out that little boy. Disappears. Then you go back to the office, talk to that Pard fella, and now we're here.
Yes, I intuited that he was not what he appeared to be. Mm-hmm. With my remarkable powers of observation.
Okay,
And yes, and I chose for you to join me. Sister... He snaps his fingers.
Robin.
Yes, of course.
Sister Robin, that is.
Yes.
Eventually, I'm sure you're gonna learn that.
I've always learned it. It's just a slip of the mind. That's all.
Sure. That's failing you once again. So, Abbott, should I be worried at all about this apparition or anything, or?
I do not know. I tell you because we are working together, and if you are to help me properly, you need the information. So, there you have it. You know what I know.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna get to this place, look around, see what the heck is up, see if anything suspicious going down, right?
There is a very important thing that we are to accomplish in this endeavor.
Okay. I'm listening.
It is to eat as much of their food as we possibly can.
All right, I'm down with that. Yes, sir.
The most expensive, Sister Robin, if I see you eating chips, so help me all the gods.
Are you kidding me? You know what I see? She wraps her arm over your shoulders and steers you to point over the bow of the ship towards the island. You know what I see over there?
What do you see? Tell me.
I see a vineyard. Do you know how much wine's probably at that place?
So much wine.
So much wine. Are you kidding me? I don't know if it's red, if it's white, if it's blue, if it's strawberry. I don't know, but I'm gonna.
Do you know what, sister?
Yes.
I remember that vineyard.
Yes.
It's been there for over 100 years. That means
Yes. Oh my God.
they must have some good vintage.
Very good vintage. Whew. All right. I'm so excited for some charcuterie.
He kind of like taps his cane and on the ground and says,
Let us be off. Adventure awaits.
and he just starts kind of like walking briskly.
So as you guys are walking back to grab your things out of your cabin on the ES Ogden, the ship sort of goes around, skips that first port, and goes.
I forgot we were on a boat. That's right.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's okay. It's. I really like the idea of you
Him
like
just walking right off the boat.
forcefully walking like away. She's just like, adventure awaits, and then you turn around and walk back to your stuff.
I just sit down in a seat and then.
But yeah, the boat continues around. So you're approaching from sort of the back side of this manor.
Mm-hmm.
As you go by, you see that other ship and that other port just sort of disappear in the rear view. As you go around to the front side, where you see a second port, and you see another ship waiting for you aboard.
Oh.
And slowly you approach and come into dock. And are you doing anything during this period, or I'm just going to describe until you basically want to interrupt and do something?
I will be. How did we manage to keep a nice store of apples on our travel?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then I'll just I'll have my knife out and I'll just be eating kind of apple slices.
As you do that, you see you're sitting sort of near where the boat is going to dock and then put down its little what's the word, like a little bridge thingy that goes to the port.
Yeah.
And as you do that, you see Sister Robin comes up to join you, and then a handful of other people, including a dwarven man, blonde hair, blonde beard, big glasses, sits down next to you and eyes you up and down. Hey, you got one of those apples for me? He smiles.
Do we have extra apples?
He calls back to the ship.
As many as you packed, I guess. There's plenty. Should be for like 3 weeks.
Well, yeah, go help yourself.
All right, I'll go grab one. Thanks. Appreciate it. And he gets up, walks over, and grabs some of those apples. Right as the boat hits into the port, sort of rocks as it comes to a full stop. And then a couple of folks walk over, get that little bridge thing, set it up over the port, start tying the ship off onto the port. And you see other folks loading off from the other side, people that are dressed like what you would imagine the fashion. Well, roll me a perception check or maybe a history check, one or the other.
Oh, dice.
Yeah.
I'll do perception.
Okay. So we're getting you a vibe of like who is over there.
Okay. 15.
You see a large group of people getting off of this boat. Actually, let me take that back. It's not a huge group. It's fairly small. It's maybe 10, 15 people, most of whom appear to be, just based on their garb, they appear to be either business people or clerics, priests, that sort of thing. There's a couple of folks in robes with like chainmail underneath.
Mm-hmm.
You see people carrying their like packs, getting down onto the wooden port, unloading their things, and making their way towards the land.
Tell me, my friend, now that you've gotten an apple of mine.
Yeah. What you thinking?
Perhaps you could answer some questions for me, briefly?
Sure.
Are these he kind of points at the people getting off the boat?
Yeah.
Are these the first religious-like that have shown up?
As far as I know, it is the first people. But I'm just arriving here with you too. I don't know.
Oh, you were on our ship the whole time?
Yeah, we had a conversation a couple days ago.
Of course.
He looks at Robin.
That would be Professor Tucker.
Professor Tucker. Yes, my esteemed colleague.
Yeah.
I will talk to you later.
And then he turns around and starts to walk away.
Oh, bye. All right. See ya. See ya at the gala, I guess. So you get off and start walking off of the... Port's not the word. What is the word? Dock.
Plank?
The dock.
Dock, yes.
Walking off of the dock toward...
The pier?
Yes, the pier. God, 2 words that would have been better than port. So you start walking off that into the grass, and I want you. What is your passive perception?
My passive perception.
I should have asked you this up top because I feel like this will help me give an idea of what to give you as you approach places.
Remind me, like, oh gosh,
how is that calculated?
Hold on, yeah, how's that?
It's your perception modifier plus 10.
My passive perception is 15.
Oh,
so I
radical.
didn't even need to roll that one then.
Radical. Okay, so as you approach, you see just this huge, very beautifully manicured lawn that has a large fountain in the center.
Okay.
When I say a manicured lawn, I mean like really big. Like if you are familiar at all with the National Mall in DC, the big lawn, like something akin to that, maybe like a mile long.
Wow.
Off to the left and right, there are forests. Way on the other side of this massive lawn, you see a huge mansion. To the left of it appears to be some sort of hedges. To the right of it appears to be some sort of small village. Still nice. And that is what you're seeing from this side. You can't see the vineyard from this side of the mansion. You can't see that worker port that you had seen before from your approach downriver. Very clearly, this is the front of the estate.
Okay.
You know, like this is like the place that, okay, we know that people are coming upriver most of the time. We want to impress them. That's the sort of vibe you're getting.
Okay, I lean over to Sister Robin and I say,
Remember, as we discussed prior to arriving.
I know.
If any
most
of
expensive stuff.
Yes, no, that absolutely that. But before that conversation, when I told you if any of the Congress Monastery people approach me, I will remain silent and seem very impressive.
All right.
And you will introduce and it be the intermediary because I want to annoy them as much as possible.
Right as you were saying this, another dwarven man walks up who's wearing black robes, and he's got kind of a wiry beard. And he's a little gangly for a dwarven man. Well, hello there, my friend from upriver. Who might you be?
Is this guy from Congress Monastery? Is he he's local. He's like from this.
He's got off the ship.
Okay. So with the.
So you would assume that he is from Congress Monastery.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of stand my back up straight, hands on my staff, and I look to Sister Robin.
How are you doing, mister?
Can I roll an intimidation check by just not immediately responding to him?
Yes, sure. Do it.
14.
14. And he will roll a wisdom. Let me just pull up that generic cleric stat block that I've got. Quick question, because I didn't ask you this before, and I feel like it might come up in the future. Your passive other thing, insight.
Passive insight is 12.
Okay. So, okay, that's good.
Investigation is 12 as well. My
Cool.
passive investigate.
Okay. He just rolled a 16.
Ooh.
This guy looks at you and is very, like, kind of gets the vibe of what you're doing, but you can also see that he is vibing right now. Like, he is really enjoying where he is, and he's like, that's all right. You just go ahead and have a great time, I guess. Then he slaps you on the back and turns to Robin, Sister Robin, and says, the name is Durham, Cleric Durham. Hello there, mister. This fine young man, she pats you on the back, would be
raises his eyebrows.
Would be Abbot Faer Landing. And who might you be as well? I'm Sister Robin, and we're just down here wanting to take part in the gala ourselves. And
I lean down and
Yes.
and kind of whisper into Robin's ear,
yes,
but still kind of loud enough for him to hear me. And I say,
Ask him why he thinks wait, no. Ask him. Hold on.
All right.
Why he is the way that he is.
Why are you?
Then I stand up really regal again.
Excuse me, Mr. Durham? Is it Cleric Durham? Yes. Why is it that you are the way you... Why is it that you are the way you are? I'm just gonna go, okay? All right, good. You guys have a good time. All right, bye. And he picks up his bags and turns and just like walks down the lawn away towards the chateau, towards the manor.
All right. I want to be very aware of who is from Congress Monastery and who is maybe just a serving person or someone local who's not maybe from Congress. And so
Gotcha.
I want to buddy up to anybody who isn't one of them. But yes, I will remain like an air of removal. I want to seem like a big deal.
Gotcha. Okay. So looking around, you like catch the eye. Everybody from Congress Monastery, for the most part, is not in any sort of like uniform, but they are all like sort of dressed in various stylings of robes. It feels like there's a bit of a show that they're putting on for each other. Almost.
Gosh.
But you see, you see a large like selection of people. The two folks that you've seen so far on this trip that I've mentioned so far have been dwarven men, but there's a wide range of you see gnomish people, you see a few halflings, you see some humans, men, women, all selections of folks. And there's also a couple of people getting off of the boat that I mentioned wearing the chainmail earlier, who are wearing a sun sigil on their tabard.
These like holy warriors.
Yeah, kind of in that vein, and they all match. So you can recognize those guys immediately as like they are actually legitimately wearing a uniform.
Okay.
You also I'm giving you all this stuff, by the way, because you have that passive 15 perception, and this is obvious shit. You also notice there's a couple of folks who are just that are also wearing a uniform that does not seem like it is tied to any sort of religious attire.
Okay.
And those folks were waiting on the island for you.
Okay.
They were like helping tie up the dock and everything. So they presumably have no connection to Congress Monastery.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be very polite and I won't cause any trouble for anybody who's just trying to do their job. Is there kind of like a general flow of people? Are we being like given rooms, or like is this just like a one-day event?
You see a man who is standing by the boat. He sees you kind of looking around, and he walks up to you, and he's, "Hello, I see that you appear to be looking to see where you can go next, and
Yes.
would you like me to escort you to your room?"
Sure. The other thing you could do is do you guys have like a
Yes.
brochure or
A brochure?
Yeah, something that or like a what's it called? Like an order of events, that.
Oh boy, that word for this escapes me, and it seems like the sort of thing that someone of my station would know.
I don't mean to put you. I don't mean to put you on the spot.
I
It's
understand.
okay. You're trying to do your job.
It's
honestly.
Sorry, it's been hectic.
You're doing a great
We have
job.
had a lot of turnover recently.
Of course,
Yes.
it's a tough job market right now. Do you? Could you just do what you were gonna do? That's okay. I won't
sure.
interrupt.
Sure.
He's doing a great job, right, Sister Robin?
Oh yeah, he's doing a wonderful job. You're doing so good right now.
Yes.
You're doing wonderful. Thank you very much.
Lead on, good sir. Wherever it is we're going.
We are going to Twain Manor, a fine place to visit. Please come right this way. And he just starts walking briskly, but not too fast, like with purpose, across the lawn. And he gestures broadly off to the left, and the left and the right.
Look on either side of you, of either side of the lawn. You can see a nice, beautiful forest that we have. Some furniture built inside was timbered from these very trees. Then we see a beautiful fountain, pre-loss, like many parts of the manor.
I'm not looking at anything he's talking about, by the way. I'm just kind of walking with everybody.
And there's other folks have sort of gathered with you, but are walking a bit farther behind. Nobody's quite in your group.
I'm just going to look at him as he's talking rather than at the things.
Yes.
And I want to roll an insight check on him.
Ooh, fun.
Specifically, I'm interested in if this guy is, if it's just his job, like if he's actually engaged.
Rad.
Like, is this guy just kind of here for 9 to 5, and then once he checks out, or is this something he is intrinsically invested in?
Gotcha.
And that would be a 15.
You get the vibe that this guy is really into this.
Okay.
He is saying all these things to you, and they're not particularly necessarily interesting, but they are things that he's very clearly taking pride in it. Like
he's passionate.
Yes, he is passionate. He's very clearly done this many times and has not really gotten bored of it.
Yeah, it's like when I lead people around the fields of lavender.
Exactly that.
And the abbey. I give tours.
Yes, exactly that.
You see over here, there's the honeysuckle hedge maze. Beautiful, beautiful place. And if you take one of the flowers, you can pull out the stamen. Delicious.
The stamen. I say that to Robin.
That's weird. Okay.
Yes.
Incredible.
Very incredible, if I do say so myself, but don't
then you
get
have.
lost. Yes?
Yes.
What? Okay. And now we approach the manor itself.
And he does a big flourish gesture as you guys walk up across the sort of gravel walkway.
Take notes, Sister Robin.
Of course. I've been taking furious notes this whole time.
That was a really good gesture. We should employ that for our tours.
Oh, let me try. And she does it.
What do you think?
He says to the guy.
I'm going to roll a quick performance roll by Robin.
It was average. I would say about an 11.
Okay.
11 out of 20, which is a weird way to grade things.
Listen, you're the professional though, so we're not going to question it.
Lead on. We have so much to learn.
All right.
So as you approach, the building itself is massive. And as he had said, it is very clear that it is pre-loss. And you notice that these large pine wood doors open very smoothly, like they've been freshly oiled. And inside, as he leads you in, the space is almost cavernous, and yet it is cozy, as there are these large tapestries hanging over the walls. And inside, you see at a large staircase leading up. You see more rooms more hallways off to the right, to the left. Everything is sort of blocked off by one of those tapestries. Off to the right, in front of one of those hallways, you see a woman, a dragonborn, painting at a easel.
Ooh.
She's wearing a uniform similar to what this butler is wearing.
Okay.
What's this?
Oh, yes. This is one of our recent hires, a wonderful artist from the city of Cirque, and she is painting a portrait of the prestigious Saint Simone.
And is it accurate?
It is accurate in the way that you would expect a portrait to be accurate in a world that does not have photography. You know, like it is the correct demographic with an outfit that is akin to what she might have worn. And you can see, looking around her, you see like these notes and some sketches as if she has gotten information from some sort of source to try to be somewhat accurate. but it does not look like her in the way that that woman in the field looked like her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha. It's not the real
It's not the real Saint Simone.
visage. Yeah.
Like her nose is a little too small. Her hair is a little bit too neat.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
Okay, tell me if this is too much of an aside,
Yeah.
but honestly, I think Fair would love to just watch her work
Yeah.
on the painting, the mural, and just kind of stand and really quietly just observe.
I can see that you want to take a look at this. She leans into your ear. Sister Robin leans into your ear and whispers, "I'll take care of our stuff and get us settled in our rooms. Okay?"
Excellent, thank you.
As you were, have a wonderful evening, a wonderful stay. If you need anything, please let me know.
Yep.
And so you spend some time there. You sit and watch. How long do you think you are willing to just sit and watch before something happens?
I don't want to sit and watch. I want to stand. I want to actually like approach and I don't want to interrupt
Yes.
or like poke the muralist, but I would like to stand as close as I can comfortably and observe. I want two things. One, I want to watch because I find this interesting. But two, I want people to see me watching.
Ooh, okay, cool. So you hear people like filing in behind you and observing all of this happening. You hear
This is like step one is everyone to remember how old I am and the fact that I knew her. That's kind of the connection I want to make really easy, really straightforward.
Ooh, would you say that this is a performance, or maybe are you trying to intimidate, or are you trying to convey a particular feel with, which I would say would be a performance?
Yeah, performance is probably the best.
Okay. I want to see how much
Or persuasion.
Let's go with performance because you're
Okay.
going for like a general crowd of just the whole audience
Okay.
as they file through.
Come on. That was a really good roll. 21.
Woo! Okay, so everyone like walks in. You regularly hear people like stop and thanks for the app. Oh, you're doing something. Oh, okay. You hear people like stop, pause, look at what's going on, and then continue on to their rooms. It is very clear that people are giving you a wide berth as you stand there for 10, 20, 30 minutes just observing this happening. I would also like you to roll me an investigation check real quick.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, not a great roll. 8.
8. Yeah, I'm not going to give you anything special for that. You get that whole performance stuff down, but I'm not going to give you anything extra for this, unless you do anything else.
All good.
Over this whole time, the painter has not really reacted to you, but eventually, after about 30 minutes or so, she turns and looks towards you and places her brush down on the easel. Hello, do you wish to know more about the painting? Or?
No, I apologize. I mean not to interrupt your work.
Of course. It's no interruption at all. I appreciate a appreciator of art.
Of course. I'm Abbot Faer Landing. May I have your name?
Of course. My name is Yver.
Ivea.
Yver. I am a painter from Cirque.
Of course.
Well, from the Sultancy by birth, but, life takes you many places.
When you're in a circle, that's the way it goes.
Yes.
I'm curious. Are you a particular study of the saint?
Oh, no, sir. You may not have noticed.
She gestures towards her uniform, which does not fit quite properly.
You may have noticed some of there's been a bit of turnover lately, and, I'm new here. So I just came in. They needed somebody to do some portraiture, and the old painter had cycled out, so such is life.
And what did you use for inspiration on this piece?
Yes. I received some documentation from from Lord Frederick from Congress Monastery.
Do I know who that is?
Roll me a history check. Or history check. Or religion. I'll give you either of those.
16 history check.
16 history.
Would have been the same number for religion.
So you recognize this rings in your head, Lord Frederick. There's sort of like this family that has long roots in Congress Monastery from very early on.
Okay.
From the first 100 years or so of the monastery that worship the god Lumen.
Yeah.
And
that's the sun. That's what the sun people are, right?
Exactly. And this guy, Frederick, is the current head of that, which maybe you did or did not know, but you know that his father was Lord Cedric, and then his father was Lord Eldrick, and Theodoric, and
a lot of dicks.
A lot of dicks in that family. So very recognizable name.
Okay.
And it makes sense that somebody in charge of such a large church would have provided the some of the research for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say,
Here's the thing that I'm old enough that I actually knew Simone.
Oh.
Saint Simone. And there's one thing a lot of the artists miss.
Yes.
If I could.
Oh, of course.
And please, you don't need to cite me, but I'm sure that true historians and theologians will appreciate. She did have a bit of a mustache. It wasn't excessive, and she was proud of it. It was just really subtle, the subtlest, pencil thin.
So I don't know. Do you laugh in character?
He definitely has a moment where he goes.
I think, regardless of whether or not she sees through what you were doing, she smiles. I think we can make that work. And she takes out a very fine brush and starts adjusting the upper lip.
Excellent. Yes. Very good.
And he just claps his hands.
And she does a small flourish with her hand sort of close to her chest as she does it and bows a little bit. Very silly.
Can you remind me what her name was?
Iver.
Iver. Iver, it was a delight.
It was a delight to work with you as well, my collaborator. I might have missed your name.
Abbot Faer Landing.
Abbot Faer Landing. Okay. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Cheers.
And then he's gonna kind of tap his staff and then turn around and see what's going on.
So at this point, you find yourself, everybody from your boat has basically filed by. You find yourself alone with Iver in this foyer. What do you do?
Okay. I'm curious. I want to go to wherever there's a bar. Is there a bar around here, a place for drinks? I guess this is a holy place, isn't it?
Roll me a history check.
Not great. 10.
You because you mentioned earlier having that, knowing that this was a vineyard that has been around for at least 100 years. I will tell you, that this is a manor. This is a vineyard. This is this is not inherently a religious place.
Okay.
You don't know necessarily why they chose to hold the event here, but just because this is here doesn't mean there wouldn't be alcohol. Also, there are some religions that use various alcohols in their stuff. Also, it's a vineyard, so they're gonna have something.
I'm going to. Are there any service people, caretakers moving around the building at all?
Do you leave the foyer space?
I do. I would like to find the serving, if I can find the kitchens or
yes,
someplace like that.
So looking around, you know that upstairs there's all of the clerics who you are not trying to look for, and presumably also there's not going to be if that's where the bedrooms are, there's not going to be drinks over there.
I'm specifically looking for someone who's been here longer than today. I want someone who's a local.
Gotcha.
Who works at the manor, who's like maybe keeps the grounds.
Yes. So walking off to the right, off down that little hallway, assuming you said work the grounds, are you going outside or are you staying in the manor?
I want to stay in the manor if I can. But like, yeah.
So walking down that hallway that I mentioned earlier, you pass by a bunch of portraits on the left side of the hall, back side of the hall, just that look like they're of many of the former heads of the manor.
Okay.
Going generations, decades back.
Is there any I recognize? I feel like that's just a consistent question I might ask.
Yeah.
But I'm curious.
I would say that you might recognize one or two people from like 200 years ago.
Yeah, I've been at the Abbey for so long, and I haven't really cared to travel much.
Yeah, you might recognize somebody, but at this point, like, who knows?
No one's significant to me.
No one's significant.
Okay.
There is notably, I would say, one or two portraits back, there is a elven woman, whereas up to that point, it had just been human man, human woman, human man. Human
Yeah.
woman. So that is a little notable, but it's not someone you recognize.
Okay.
But anyway, moving in that direction down this hallway, this long hallway, eventually the space opens up into a large ballroom.
Oh.
Very big, very open, and you see tables all set out, and you see a few like service people rushing about from table to table, and they look like kind of harried, and you see somebody burst out of like a kitchen and then bring out these like serving trays, heating racks, and just like there's just people rushing about.
Okay.
Less people than you would honestly expect for such a large space.
Okay.
But perhaps that's because like there weren't a ton of clerics on the boat. Who knows?
I'm gonna move towards the doors that those people are going in and out of.
As you approach, nobody seems to care to stop you.
Okay.
They just sort of let you pass, and one of the doors pops open, and you just see like steam. You see these big like pots and vats. You see people like chopping vegetables inside, just working frantically. There's a little gnomish woman who is wearing a chef's hat and is just chopping vegetables over there.
Okay. I'm gonna move around like the same way I do at the Abbey, just kind of inspecting everything that's going on, looking around, walking like I own the place a little bit. Yeah.
Is there anything you're trying to do in this moment?
These people are all really busy. I'm looking for someone I can talk to. Are there maybe trying to think here. Oh gosh.
I will say everyone in this space seems super, super busy. Like, it doesn't
Okay.
seem like you're going to be able to talk to anybody here unless you interrupt what they are doing.
Yeah. Okay, there's tons of dishes and stuff being made and all that. I'm gonna keep going down the chain of so messy stuff is getting put somewhere to be cleaned. Then there's people who are dealing with the stuff that gets cleaned off, or like if there's like a mud room or like a compost.
Totally.
I want to see who's working at a job that they're not being so frantic at. I'll just keep kind of following the path.
So you keep following that path, and eventually you end up exiting out of the back of the kitchen.
Okay.
And you can see the air suddenly is so much cooler. You know that like it's probably a pretty warm day. It's not a cold day, but like after having just been in the hot kitchen, it feels very nice and refreshing.
Yeah, nice and refreshing.
Especially you still have that storm sweeping in that was following you, chasing you up the river.
I'm gonna put my hand on my dagger and just take a deep breath, and I'm just gonna like kind of let the air kind of flow in. I'm not trying to accomplish anything, just kind of taking a moment.
Okay. As that happens, you feel a slight tug at your hand, but it's gone in an instant.
Okay. I'm looking for someone working around here that's maybe dragging their feet a little bit.
You see out ahead of you, on the backside of this mansion, if you've just exited from the kitchens, you see the vineyards just laid out, all these grapes growing on rows and rows of fencing. I don't know the word for that. The tall, like, wooden slats that plants grow on.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can see off in the distance, there's that dock that you had seen before on your initial approach, the sort of workers' dock, I believe somebody had referred to it as.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see a path going from there to here. And in the middle of that path, there is just like some wooden crates and a couple of guys just like sitting on top of them.
Awesome. Yes. Okay. What time of day is it?
It is, let's say, 2:00.
Awesome. Excellent. Okay. So I make my way over. I'm kind of like perusing, looking at the vines and the grapes. And am I able to pick up what they're talking about before I get to them? Or will they notice me and kind of just be like quietly watching?
They do notice you approaching, but or they could, but they very clearly do not give a shit.
Oh, great. Excellent.
They are wearing, as you approach, you see that they're wearing those same uniforms as everybody else working in the manor, but they have them like unbuttoned and just sort of like loose and are just sort of sweating and are talking angrily amongst themselves.
I don't. This is ridiculous. They can't expect us to move these things by ourselves. Like it's crazy. It's crazy talk.
I see. Are we planning rebellion?
What we're planning, sir, is to get some new jobs. This is ridiculous. It's supposed to be a weekend gig, real easy, but this is crazy.
You're not getting paid well.
No, we're not getting paid well at all. I mean, I guess we're getting paid fine. Fine for like the weekend that you guys are supposed to be down here or whatever the heck. But like, this is ridiculous. Like, okay, look at this box.
He pats the box.
This box right here, it's got an alligator in it.
A full-grown alligator?
I would assume full grown. Don't know. Haven't cracked it open. I'm not doing that. Are you gonna do that?
It must be dead. Yes.
I would hope. See, I thought it might be, and then this one it just says Tasmanian tiger on it. Don't know what the hell that is. Busted it open because I wanted to take a look. Thing popped out, big wolf-like thing, stripy butt, runs across the island. Oh, what? We're not getting paid enough for this. There's supposed to be a zookeeper. He's gone.
When an animal's name includes the term mania, typically you should approach with caution.
You kind of got a point there. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's what I was telling him.
Yes. I make good points. Yes.
Yeah. You're a smart guy.
I like you, fellows.
I like you too.
I'm curious. Have there been any strange creatures about? Not the of the Tasmanian or alligator type that come in crates, but rather unnatural.
Unnatural. I mean,
made of magic.
Made of magic. Not that I know of.
I heard there was supposed to be a guy.
The woman that was next to this person loading up is gesturing towards the boat across the manor.
Okay.
I heard there was supposed to be a guy, like a dwarven dude with these funny glasses, who is supposed to have like some sort of magical like blue thing, but it's not here. So like I don't know. Yeah.
Then if you haven't heard that, then I suppose you haven't heard about the ghosts.
What? What are you saying to me?
Unopaque beings floating throughout the forests.
What?
They are like slapping each other with their hands, like are you trying to get each other's attentions, but also keeping their eyes directly locked on you?
What are you saying?
This is new to the both of you?
This is very new to me. What type of ghosts are we talking about? Are we talking about translucent?
Can I roll? I just want to this. Maybe I don't need to roll insight. I'm curious. Are they honestly just like totally?
Sure. Yeah. Roll an insight.
Could one of them actually have information on something? That's kind of what I'm.
Oh. Yeah. Roll me an insight.
I rolled a very bad insight. 5.
You don't really know if they how much more they know.
I cast friendship.
Ooh, fun. Okay.
That's a cantrip.
Okay.
Friends. I cast or hold on. Let me zoom in. For the duration, you have advantage on charisma checks. Yeah, I'm gonna cast that, and on the whichever of them is more talky.
I think it'll be the nasally one, which would be the man.
And I'm gonna go ahead and make a
Yeah?
because they seem kind of off guard. I'm gonna make a intimidation check
Oh, cool.
with advantage. Then is that right?
Yeah,
Since I
yeah.
have cast friendship.
You could do. I mean, you could do persuasion if you want to like stick more with the flavor of.
Okay. Yeah, let's do persuasion.
I think like it. Friendship will still like you can still do intimidation,
But seeming aggressive,
Yeah.
probably doesn't help. Yeah, okay, 18. If you know anything, you need to tell me. That's the best way to prepare.
All right. I haven't heard anything about any ghosts, but okay. Here's what I know. We unloaded these crates, right? With the Lumineers came, like those guys came and helped us move some crates. Then after they were done, they just up and left. After they helped us with like half of them, they up and left. And that's like 3 people to 5 total to like 2. This becomes a much harder job, you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just supposed to take them like I don't know what to do about that. Here's the thing.
he leans in close to you.
Here's the thing. This whole place wiped out like all of their staff like a few weeks ago.
Wait, what do you mean by wiped out?
Like they fired them all except for like the butler. They fired everybody else and brought us in brand spanking new. And now we're being expected to get everything put together for you guys in like a day. But like we arrived here, like we just got here with the animals, and like the other people only got here yesterday, and we're supposed to be getting all this together. What the heck? What is that?
I look him in the eye really sincerely, and then I look at his buddy. I just kind of go, nod my head.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Then real slowly, I'm gonna let a fart out.
This guy gets it.
The woman looks a little like put off by it, but the man is like.
Thank you for sharing with me.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
It was good to trust me with this important information.
Yeah.
Look out for ghosts.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
And I'm gonna turn around and walk away.
The woman was saying that to the guy, not to you.
Another successful interaction. So the Lumineers, those people work for the. That's
Yeah, those would be the people that were wearing
Lumen followers.
Yes, who were wearing the sigils earlier, and were working for Lord Frederick.
Okay, and they're carting in big, dangerous animals. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so fascinated.
So many moving pieces.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time to get to the. I was hoping someone else had seen Simone. That was kind of the thing I'm
yeah.
most interested in figuring out, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to find it. So I'm disappointed.
I did pick up on that being what you were looking for after a moment.
I'm sure you did.
But it did take me a second to realize that's what you were looking for.
It's really all good. I think you not knowing what I'm looking for was even better because it was really honest. Yeah, at this point, I'm just frustrated. I'm just going to get to I might as well, and this is the perfect mood to enter a room of clerics, and so I'm going to go to the where everyone is mingling.
So after going back up to your rooms, Sister Robin and the butler had sort of arranged everything for you, laid out your boxes, your couple of bags that you had of things, of apples, bushels of apples, bags of apples, so many apples, waiting for you up in your room. You were able to freshen up a little bit if you wanted, and then make your way down to the ballroom, which you had seen earlier, getting prepared to mingle among the clerics. Tell me, did you actually like freshen up at all? Like, how are you dressed right now at this sort of gala event, this warming day? ice breaking.
I am in. Here, tell me if this is too embellishing. I would like to be in the sparest of robes, like very thin,
Okay.
very light, not a whole lot, but I would like it to be beautifully exquisite in detail and very very like sacred
Yes.
looking.
Yes. How about let me take that and let's see if you like this little twist on it. It's like this robe that is mostly white, but then it has embroidery that is dyed with the indigo flower.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yes.
And it's just like beautiful embroidery.
Yes. And my nails are painted that same lavender.
Oh, so good.
And that's to kind of like the elicit the there. It's the nails are like a dark black fade into the lavender, kind of like the fingers of a dyer. And so like actually to like elicit that with the outfit.
That is very good. And Sister Robin is
I'm barefoot and absolutely barefoot.
Sister Robin is in a fairly similar outfit, but more like similar in
It's like style.
less ostentatious. Like it has the same sort of material, but she is wearing shoes. She's wearing sort of a very flowy, wide column leg pant with then a shawl wrapped around her head, pulling her hair in. And you see around you just all of these clerics, many of whom were dressed pretty well, like Sunday's best sort of thing on when they arrived on the port, when you saw them unloading, but now are dressed, like, okay, here is the time to impress. They've really like stepped it up a notch. Then you see folks, you see them staff member in those uniforms walking around. You see a couple of the Lumineers sitting at a table. Is there any particular person or thing that you're looking for right now? It is all just like free flowing. There's no organization at this moment. This is an ice breaking event. This is just like an open, you can do whatever the heck.
I'm gonna look around. Who looks like they don't have anybody to talk to? Maybe they're feeling lonely and alone and uncomfortable.
Describing those things, your eye immediately would go to that guy that you saw on your boat. That dwarven dude. The Professor Tucker, the blonde dwarf with the mismatched glasses.
Yeah. Okay. I'll I'm gonna go back over to him for sure. I'm gonna say, I know you.
Professor Tucker, we talked a few times. We had lunch and you said you were my best friend.
My dear man, I puts his hand on his shoulder. He says, to all of people kind, I am the best of friends.
All right.
What's your story?
My story. Roll me
And
a
I get up and
go ahead.
grab a drink or something and just keep listening.
Gotcha. Roll me a quick insight check. I want to sort of get your vibe on I want to get your vibe before I tell you what he was going to tell you.
All right. I did not roll well. That's 4.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. All right. My story, Well, my story, I worked up at Mount Rena,
Yes.
tend the lighthouse.
Truly.
Yes. I work up at the lighthouse and I got invited down here to tutor the manor house person, keeper, owner. I got
Tutor.
Yeah.
Tutor.
tutor.
Yes. Yes. I thought you were going to play a horned instrument. Forgive me.
I mean, I could. I'm not the best at it, but I've done a little something.
Yes, you can tutor educationally.
Yeah.
Or tutor horn.
Exactly.
And yes.
But I'm better at the education part. I was, it pays well, and it's easy work because just between you and me, he leans in. Just between you and me, nobody down south knows how to do arithmancy, so it's kind of easy to do. It's kind of easy to like teach anybody the basics because I don't have to get to the high level stuff.
No one's actually. These are all enthusiasts.
Yeah.
No true practitioners.
Exactly.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not very hard to, yeah, you get it.
Almaturgy?
Arithmancy.
Arithmancy.
Yes.
Do I know what that is?
I would say that you probably would not. Fair probably would not, but you can roll a Arcana.
Oh, an Arcana check. Okay. Hey. Oh, fantastic. 21.
Ooh, you actually, yeah. So you know arithmancy is a mostly dwarven method of spellcasting, focused on using like geometric shapes and mathematical concepts to divine information or to do certain types of like warding, that sort of stuff. It's used a lot in dwarven artificing as well. Mm-hmm. So you'll often have like spells worked into devices. You actually recognize
like doors and stuff and mechanisms.
You recognize that his lenses have some symbols built into them, which
cool.
appear to be doing something.
Okay, that's awesome. Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
Truly, it is a dying art.
I mean, down here maybe. Up north, we do great with it. I mean, really, if anything's gonna be dying, it would be like, any other magic type.
Necromancy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you would not believe, a while back, a few months ago, there was a guy who showed up. Oh, God. Okay, listen. A few months ago.
Sister Robin, take notes.
A few months ago, this dude who was supposed to be our high priest of Korog, untimely death, mind you, he just shows up, or not shows up. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little snookered. He supposed to be monitoring the Derma Lodge, taking care of our dead people and whatever, and we discover that he's been raising people back to life.
Oh,
It's crazy.
that's not good.
Yeah. Durham,
Wait,
cleric
what?
Durham.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah?
Where was this again?
Derma Lodge in Mount Rena.
Do I know this place?
I'm just going to give you this because I feel like you would definitely know this. Derma Lodge is the primary like cemetery / chapel in Mount Rena, which Mount Rena is the large mountain city that is the second largest city in the world, basically.
Okay.
And it's a mostly dwarven city, vastly dwarven city. Basically, no other peoples really. And
Like,
huh?
Simone wouldn't have been there.
Probably not. No.
Okay.
Oh, I see where your mind's at. Yeah.
I was a little freaked out for a second. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, it was wild. The guy actually, it's not neither here nor there.
No, this is incredible. He says, kind of like looking around, trying to get someone's attention. He grabs the shoulder of some priest or cleric that's nearby, and he says, "Professor, you must share." And he kind of pulls the man or woman over and and kind of like says, "You must share your incredibly interesting and fascinating arithmancy stories." And then I'm gonna like really, can I like roll a sleight of hand just to like kind of maneuver
Hell yeah.
all of that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a great sleight of hand, but I feel like it fits.
So you're trying to like duck your way out of this conversation without like slighting this person?
Dirty 20.
Oh yeah, you totally are able to do that.
Listen, I've been hanging out. I just arrived here. Oh yeah.
And there you go.
And you sort of disappear into the crowd of other people.
Yeah, now I want to look for someone important, unless something's gonna happen.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you can hear at this point there's a little bit of distant thunder. There's water pounding on the windows. There's rain pounding on the windows from that storm that was approaching before. And you see a lot of folks around. One person who stands out, literally, you are not a short man, obviously. You are an elven man, very tall. But this woman is very tall, has a very elegant black suit with a sort of black silk cape, like half cape, draped over one of her arms. And she's sort of standing with a big crowd of people around her and is smiling and laughing head back at some joke that someone just made. Very, like, has the most attention of the room.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a performance. I want to enter in during the laugh, but not in a way that is jarring or removes. I want to kind of almost slide myself into the group without making a fuss of it.
Are you trying to do it in such a way to like bring attention to your are you trying to
No.
So stealth?
I'm trying to do it yeah, but it's not that I don't want people to notice me. It's that I just want to seem like I've been there.
Gotcha. Okay, performance is more acceptable, I guess. Yeah.
11.
Okay. A couple people notice you, like they see you walk up, but it's like there's no like animosity about it. Like there's no like people. The tall, very tall woman who's probably like 4 inches taller than you, honestly.
Holy moly.
She looks down at you, and there's a bit of a recognition that you have just arrived in the middle of things, but also like doesn't seem to feel a need to call attention to it.
Awesome. What are they talking about?
So proud of the painter that we were able to find out there. She's was doing a wonderful job, and having such a beautiful portrait of such a famous woman to send home with y'all when you return back to Congress Monastery. Well, it's just the smallest thing that I could do for you folks, for you fine folks visiting me today.
Yep. Oh, what a great person, Simone.
Yes, why? Oh, my goodness. Is this Abbot Faer Landing?
I nod my head.
She leans over, bows at her hips, sort of holds her hand out to yours,
I put my hand in it.
and she places her other hand on top very warmly.
Abbot Faer Landing, it's my understanding that you have not attended one of these in quite some time. The fact that you would come down to old Twain Manor, it's delightful. I could not be more honored.
Well, it's the pleasure is mine.
Where are my manners? Lulabelle Twain.
Lulabelle Twain.
Yes.
Yes, it makes sense for the manor to be called that.
Yes.
I look around at are these insincere, godless whelps causing you any trouble?
Excuse me, sir. I'm not what some might call godless.
Oh, yes? Which ones have you found? Which ones did you find?
Which ones did I find? I didn't need to find any gods at all. Are you kidding me?
No.
I've been leading the Church of Lumen through its most prosperous growth.
Who were the first to like connect with Lumen?
It was one of the earliest gods that were found. Like it
Can I roll like a history check to see if I know the name?
It would have put it into perspective. They were probably found before you were born.
Yeah.
You can come up with a name if you want.
Okay. Like if it's anything I learned about even, or even if I can cite the age, which one was it?
Give me a religion check.
Critical fail.
Okay. I was just gonna give it to you, man. Oh well.
This harmless interaction is gonna turn on me. Gosh darn it.
Oh man, what? Okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to say stuff to me with pure conviction and
Without any detailed information. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah. Barbosa Ferding the Third in the second age of men.
The second age of... What are you even talking about?
The gods.
Yeah,
What are you
yes,
talking
the gods. We're talking about Lumen. We're talking about Nox. We're
Yeah.
talking about the Tenite Trickster. All of these things. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
What is wrong with you?
Nonsense, my lady. Absolute utter. This is theologic discussions, right?
Yes.
Boring. Terribly boring.
It's all over my head. I just like to invite folks down and show them a good time at this place.
Excellent. I trust your. And he leans in real close. Ghosts' problems are taken care of.
Ghosts? Problems.
Roll me a. Oh, what would that be? Roll me an invest. I don't even know what that would be.
I feel like here's what's hard for me. I honestly feel like I'm on a ride that
Fair is directing, and I don't. As a player, I'm entering into things that I don't know
Where they're
what
leading?
I'm doing. Yeah, so
Oh, I love it.
it's very unsettling. It's like, what's going on?
I think when you say that, Lord Frederick looks at you and kind of raises an eyebrow and just sort of turns and walks away. He's like, this is beneath me. And as he leaves, a couple of the other priests that were sitting around, they meander off as well. But Lulabelle keeps standing with you.
Astral beings.
Astral beings, I must admit, Abbot Faer. Abbot Landing? Fair? Landing? What would you prefer?
Fair is fine.
All right. Fair is fair.
She sort of brushes your shoulder as she says that, laughs with you.
Oh, delightful. As far as I know, there aren't any hauntings here, but
There's a flicker of something across her face.
but if you hear of anything, I'd love for you to tell me.
I would like to. Oh gosh, darn it! Oh man, I'm very conflicted in the moment. I apologize. I don't usually.
No, that's fine.
This character has me very much out of sorts.
I'm loving it.
I would like to. Oh gosh. All right. Oh man. Okay. I would like to cast suggestion
Ooh, okay. Do it.
on her.
Every time somebody like pulls out a spell, I am so into it. What are you suggesting?
So I suggest a course of activity and magically influence a creature I can see within range that can hear and understand me. And if she can't be charmed or is immune to that, then she's immune to this effect. It must be worded in such a manner that the course of action is reasonable. So I'm going to say, why don't we go for a walk together? Get some fresh air. Listen to the rain.
I would love that.
Okay, then I'll kind of like gesture for her to lead the way.
Cool. You are you leaving the manor or are you?
I would like to get where we're not in front of a bunch of people.
Gotcha. You guys walk down that out of the ballroom and down towards that the portraits where you just see ancestor after ancestor of the Twain family as you make your way towards the foyer, becoming the more recent portraits as you get closer and closer.
Okay.
At one point, you see the hall sort of split off in the direction of downriver, I guess, towards the back of the manor, and then you walk past that branch, continue on to the opening of the foyer where there's nobody else around.
Okay. As we're walking, as I'm kind of following her through I would like to place a hand on my dagger.
Okay.
The hilt of it, at least, kind of just rest there. Or kind of, if I rest my hand on wherever I've got it tucked away in my robes. And I would like. So here's the deal: is I'm trying to make a decision. Okay. I just want to get a sense for if there's something happening that the dagger wants.
Okay.
If there's something I can do, or information I can get out of this woman. I'm looking for directive from the dagger. I don't know have we mentioned that I'm a warlock at all at this point? Has there been any evidence to that?
I don't know. I assume so.
Yeah, I am a warlock, and so I just am wanting to connect with my patron and see if they can help me out.
You have your hand on this knife folded in your robes, and you're having pleasant conversation, just a little bit of back and forth, and you're not feeling anything from the knife until you enter the foyer space, and you feel a tug on your vision. As you walk towards the center, you feel a tug back the way you came, and you turn around and see that portrait of Saint Simone sitting there, mostly finished.
It's just normal though, like it's just the way that it was.
It's basically the same the way that it was. There's a few touch-ups that you hadn't seen before, just stuff that Yver had added after you left.
But it's not moving or anything. It's not.
Roll me an investigation.
Critical fail. Gosh, darn it.
That's so unfortunate.
I feel like there's been very critical moments where I'm rolling awful.
Yeah, I love it. You don't see anything unusual in this portrait, but you feel something about it pulling to you from across the room.
Okay. Have there been, I'm going to say this out loud, just looking at the portrait and talking to Madam
Lulabelle.
Twain, Lulabelle Twain. Have there been any reports of your staff or the local communities of Simone showing up in person?
In person? I don't know quite what you mean, but no, I haven't heard of anything like that.
She's been dead for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, it would be quite the event if she was to show up today. But no, I haven't heard of anything like that.
And as you say that, she walks over towards the portrait.
I'll accompany her behind her, and I'll just say, any like beasts of flame, any creatures running amok in your fields, burning your grapes?
No, I wouldn't say so. And as she is answering you, you hear a sort of ripping of canvas as if a knife was being ripped through a painting. And
Do I see a knife?
you don't, but you feel the weight of the knife in your hand. And you look at the portrait, and the eyes, which had previously just been looking into the distance, are locked directly on you.
So have I done anything with the knife?
You have done nothing with the knife, but
I'm hearing a knife.
you hear a knife ripping through canvas as if something was shredding a portrait directly in front of you.
Is a portrait directly in front of me getting shred? Is that actually happening?
Nope, it's just sitting right in front of you. Those eyes locked
All
on
right.
you, and you can hear the shredding sound.
I'm gonna just push
Lulabelle.
the lady away. Not aggressively. It's just like if she's in my path, I'm gonna adjust her so she's out of it, and then I'm gonna take my my knife and plunge it into the chest of Saint Simone in the portrait.
And as you do, you hear that sound truer than it was before as your blade rips through. Mm-hmm. And you look again at as the corners of the mouth lift up into a smile. And then in a moment, a flash, it is back to just what it was before.
Excuse me, what are you doing? That was quite expensive to bring a portrait all the way out here. A painter all the way out here. You're just going to destroy it. Are you expecting to pay for that?
Can I just like rip it downward as I
Yeah.
Is there anything behind it?
No, it was sitting on an easel, but
Okay.
she picks it up off of the easel. We cannot let this just sitting around. Ugh. And she pushes past you as she carries off this portrait to a space below the stairs. You see her go around that grand ballroom staircase. That's not what I want. The grand staircase leading upstairs. She walks around that with the portrait, seeming to bring it into sort of a back room to hide it away. And as she does, you hear, "Oh my God!" and the canvas clatter to the ground.
Oh, what do I see?
Do you follow her after her?
Absolutely. I'm 100% following.
As you round the staircase and enter into this sort of service room underneath, thunder strikes in the distance, and you can hear rain pounding at the windows of the foyer. And you see a knife sticking deep in the chest of Darum, cleric of Korog, the god of untimely death.
Well, that's a bit on the nose.
And that's where we're going to fade out.
Dude, what's going on?
So this is when I reveal to you, Josh, that I have invited you to a locked room mystery.
No.
Yes, sir.
A locked room mystery?
Somewhere on this island is a murderer. But who? But why? Find out next week.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yes, sir.
This is the game now. Oh, yes. I'm in. I'm in for this. Okay, awesome. This is great. I need to be taking notes.
This is why I really wanted to get to this in this episode, because Yeah, I feel like you needed to know where this was going.
Yes, I will be in the absolute best right heads. I love this stuff. This is my bread and butter, man. I'm all about it.
And this is actually why I was telling you, I was like, I don't think you should probably listen to other episodes of the show, because there are fun fact, there are some things that the audience knows that could lead you down the wrong direction if you also knew them.
Oh.
And there's also things that would be like strong hints.
Beneficial. Yeah.
So it's all comes out in the wash, but like there are red herrings built in for the audience that are not red herrings for you, Josh.
That's awesome. That's such a cool like perspective. I'm really, someone ought to break it down.
Yeah.
Like after listening.
There's a lot of moving parts in this. It's ambitious, and I'm happy about it.
Dude, I love it. I'm the perfect character for it, at least. Like I have the right stats.
Yeah.
This is great. I love this. I just watched, just like last week, watched all of I think it's like Murderville or something like that on Netflix.
Ooh.
So like I'm so in for this. This is gonna be awesome.
Well, anyway, we should probably wrap up now. So thank you again, Josh, for coming today.
My pleasure. This is so much fun.
Do you want to plug anything while you're here?
I mean,
Same thing as before?
not like same thing as before. Like, I don't know, be good. Like, enjoy life. Support creators you love.
Sounds great. All right. Thank you again. And with that, I think we're going to pitter patter on out of here.
Thank you to the Droid Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Thanks to all of our guests, and thanks to you for listening. You can find us and say hi over at sidecharacterquest.com or by checking out our show notes for more links and information. If you're enjoying the show, drop a rating or review wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you around. Bye!
Hey, listen. Do you know your D8s from your D12s? Do you know your modifiers from your bonuses? Do you know your destiny points from your story points? Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Either way, you should check out What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast. Catch up on previous episodes on the What Am I Rolling website, that's www.wairpodcast.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, adventurers need not apply.
This is going to get cut and put in the bloopers.
I'm expecting us, or I'm hoping that we will get to a particular end scene.
Okay.
So ideally, if we get there a little early, then we might end the thing a little early. If we get there a little late, then I may end late. However, if I feel like, oh shit, we are a full episode in and there's probably going to be another full episode before we get to that scene, then we'll probably just call it.
Okay.
But I do have I have a thing that I'm hoping we get to tonight.
Okay.
So we will see.
If you need, with the magic of editing, if you need to, at any point, if there's a carrot that I just have not paid enough attention to, if you want to just kind of take a moment and just go hey, I just want to flag this.
Yeah.
Feel free. That's fine.
I will.
I'll try and pay attention. You know what I mean? But I don't
Yeah.
want to be a belligerent player.
Trying not to metagame too much. I want to say I am presenting you with a playground here.
Okay.
And things will be happening regardless of what you do.
Okay.
And so it is purely a matter of how much time is going to pass. Will that event end up happening? It's
Okay.
not a matter I don't care where you are. Where you are isn't going to matter too much. And blah blah. I will make it work out. Make this particular scene happen. Hold I'm probably giving you too much info.
It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. Sometimes Reed would literally just text me what he wanted to happen in an episode because he knew I'm really good at playing dumb.
Yeah, I totally believe that.
All good. You don't have to tell me anything. I don't want you to put any pressure on you.
God, now I want to ask you a question. Sorry, I was listening to. I've been continuing to re-listen, and I was listening to the Chronicum today, and so I feel like I can again another tangent that we don't need to go down. All right. I'm making a quick note. Every time you interact with somebody, I'm just going to make a quick note of like how that ended.
Nice. That's smart. That's really smart, actually.
Because I can just cut it out. Like I can cut out the time. I've for a really long time, when I would record like combat stuff, I would be like, I've gotta keep going, and it's just like, no, just stop talking for a moment, look up the thing you gotta look up, edit out the silence, and you're fine.
Gonna edit anyway. Yeah. It's you're not doing yourselves any harm by taking that time. Truly.
Yes. I tend to.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, the video got a little choppy there for a second.
I just feel like we're gonna have some of the most realistic dialogue of any conversation at a banquet.
That because I feel like just like I kind of half heard what you said over everybody else talking. Oh my god. So yeah, this is actually why I was telling you, I was like, I don't think you should probably listen to other episodes of the show because there are fun fact, there are some things that the audience knows that could lead you down the wrong direction if you also knew them.
Oh. And
there's also things that would be like strong hints.
Beneficial. Yeah.
So it's all comes out in the wash, but like there are red herrings built in for the audience that are not red herrings for you, Josh.
That's awesome. That's such a cool like perspective. I'm really, someone ought to break it down. Yeah. Like when after listening.
there's a lot of moving parts in this. And it's ambitious and I'm happy about it.
I love it.
All right. You want to,
I'm the perfect character for it, at least. Like I have the right stats.
Yeah. This was eventually when we finish this, I'll probably tell you what I was originally imagining making, like the quest I was originally imagining doing for you before you told me the character that you wanted to play, because it was not going to be this. This is very, very different. But I think this is the perfect character for this thing.
Yeah, I love it, man. I feel very off my out of my comfort zone with Faer Landing. It's like I'm really like teetering on how much do I feel like this is what his character would want to accomplish versus what Josh what I would like to see happen.
I will tell you, and this is probably going to get cut out, but I will tell you, I have things in my mind right now. One of the things I thought about was like, what happens if Josh is not able to solve this mystery? How do I make sure there is a satisfying ending? Because it's possible that you just could not. So I have come up in my mind with like alternate ways this could play out. If you
like the movie Clue,
yeah,
like
not like
it's different endings.
So not like the movie Clue. There is a killer or killers, or like whatever.
Okay.
There is a reason this person has died, and that won't change. However, like I've tried to make sure that in my mind, this will be an interesting story, whether you find the killer, find the wrong killer, or don't find anybody.
This is great. I love this. I just watched, just like last week, watched all of Murder. I think it's like Murderville or something like that on Netflix.
Ooh.
It's basically like a escape room show, like murder mystery for celebrities. So like it's what's his name? The guy who does the voice of Lego Batman.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Brother Joe from
whatever the heck his name
from
is.
Arrested Development. He's basically this old detective, and he has celebrity guests on that have like they're his new like detective partner, and they solve a murder mystery. But so like I'm so in for this. This is going to be
There
awesome.
was some show. Eventually, we'll have to get back to actually doing the little outro. But
I apologize.
no, that's okay. There is some show that was from like 2004, 2005 that I never actually watched and I've heard was actually bad. But it was an early reality television show where the concept was like all of these just like random people went to a small town where there was like a murder mystery / cult mystery going on. And they had to like solve it over the course of a few weeks.
That would be like living there, almost like
It's like LARPing reality TV show type of thing.
That would be the most stressful experience ever.
Anyway, all right, let's fade back in and do like a little outro. All right, I'm gonna stop recording.
For 1,000 generations, the Jedi were the peacekeepers of the Republic. And slowly, as time does to all, that meaning began to erode away. Peacekeepers became enforcers, then politicians, then generals, the beacons of war. Then, in an instant, the Order was destroyed, leaving a tyrannical empire in its place. Those in touch with the Force were pressured into hiding, with fear of being indoctrinated into the Empire or die trying to stop it. This is where our story begins. Follow those still in tune with the Force as they navigate a galaxy that wants them gone. An Unwavering Force, a Star Wars story. You can find us wherever podcasts are listened to.